Alright, in this episode I'll be showing you how to do interior siding, and we're not going to be doing the exterior siding yet because there's going to be a whole triangle here that's going to also have siding on it, and I just prefer to do all the siding at once so it looks nice and clean rather than going to the top of the wall and then finishing it when the roof is on. So the siding should be the last thing you do. But this is a model, and once we put the roof on it, we're not going to be able to get inside. And so we need to do the interior siding first. Now there's two different ways, at least two different ways you can do this. The first way, which I don't recommend, I used to recommend it if you watch my older videos, but I no longer do, is to use note cards, and you could flip them over and use the white blank side of the note card and cut them to fit and just put a few dots of glue and just glue them into place. And but that doesn't really look nice because you can see the cracks in between them. And with drywall in real life, what you would do is just that, but then you would use drywall tape and plaster and mud and everything, put it where the seams are, and it looks like one solid wall, even though you might use several pieces. Another bad thing about that is if you're using lighting and you have a light on in one room and the light off in the next room, it's only paper and the light will shine through the walls, and you'll also be able to see where the studs are, and it's not strong. So we're going to be using popsicle sticks for the siding, just like on that house and on that house. And if you look at this house, I didn't do a very good job with it. It's just straight seams going right up, and because a stick is only so long, alright? So if you have a wall, like for example this back wall, that is longer than a stick, obviously that wall is, then you're going to need to put several sticks going across. And if you look on the floor here, that's the problem I had, and it takes 3 sticks to go across, and there's just a solid seam down the middle in between them. Now that's fine for the floor in my opinion, but when you're doing a wall, I don't like to have solid seams like that. If you look at the roof on that house, there's no solid seams, they're all staggered. Same with the walls. See, it looks kind of like a staircase pattern. That's what you're going to want. So I'll show you how to do that in just a second. But first I want to say, if you did a nice job with your wall and it's nice and straight and there's no bumps in it or anything, this is where that really pays off. I'm just going to draw something right here just to show you a pattern. And you can use any kind of pattern you want, but this is the general pattern. A lot of vinyl siders use it in real life, and it's what I used on that house for the walls. Not for the roof, but for the walls. And so we have a wall here. Here's one side of the wall and here's the other side, and we have a bunch of sticks going up. Now let's pretend a stick is only this long, so it's going to take about 2.5 or 3 sticks to fill up the whole wall going across. So we're going to put a full stick and another full stick, and then we'll have a little half stick on the end. For the next row up, we're not going to go in the middle, but we're going to go 2/3 over, so that your very first stick should be 2/3 the length of a full stick. So it should be a little bit shorter. Alright, and then every stick after that is going to be a full-length stick. Except for the end one, of course. So you're going to put a full-length one, and then fill in this gap with whatever size you need. And then for the third row up, you're going to simply do 1/3 of the original stick. So right about there. And then like I said, every stick after that is going to be a full-length stick. So go ahead and put a full-length one, and then fill in that last gap. And once you do the first 3 rows up, you're just going to repeat. When you get to the windows, you're going to want to go up 1 extra stick on either side of the window, and then when you put the next piece on, it's going to go across. Hopefully it should be nice and level, like that, but you'll see a gap there, and so you're just going to cut a piece to fit that. You're going to have to cut it lengthwise and this way. So you're also going to do the same thing on the bottom, but inverted. And so on a long wall like this, you should end up with kind of a staircase pattern like that. And there should actually be another piece here and then another piece here, but it'll look like a staircase. You could put the glue on before you put the stick on, like on the actual wall, or you could hold the stick here and glue it first and then put the stick on. So you could put the glue on the stick or the wall, it doesn't matter. But I learned a lesson: don't glue over your fat leg, because sometimes the glue will drip, and that's a very sensitive area, and that burns very bad. So I learned my lesson the hard way a few times.